will achieve that unity that we talked about last fall and have a vote on strategic goals that we can unite around as a board. So the way that we resolve that dilemma is that we will go through these processes in parallel. So as you're thinking about annual goals for next year, keep these themes in mind. Keep in mind where you see us going with our strategic goals, because we'll need to develop them at the same time. And so what I expect as we go through this process, when we get to the end, we will have strategic goals that will help guide the district for the next 5 years, and we will also have annual goals that will be compatible with those strategic goals that will help Dr. Joel and help staff for the next year. So that's what I wanted to point out tonight.
That's awesome, Lanny. Thank you. Anything else, board? Dr. Joel?
I would just add my thanks to the folks that served on our writing team, but also all the volunteers we had, and of course John, Neil, and Laura Maxwell put in a lot of time as well too. You know, I'm always taken and forever impressed by the quality of folks we have, not only on our teams, but also in our community. And our community never fails to answer the call. I mean, if we ask, they come and they work, and this is going to be a great product. Go back 6 years ago to when we developed this first one. We didn't really have the professional framework that Dan brought to us, and I believe that's added a whole other level of quality to this entire process. And I want to thank him very much, because I think if I'm correct, this is your first foray into education, right?
Officially.
Close, yeah, okay. So anyway, did a great job. How to adapt to us, because we're a little wonky. We do things a little bit differently than they do in corporate America. But think back to 6 years ago. We never had a strategic plan before. So we created one, and it was hard work, and it took a lot of time, and it looks really vague and unclear when you start out, but then it begins through conversation to identify itself and create definition, and then all of a sudden we have something that we can work on. And one parallel from 6 years ago to today is, if you remember, we were talking about some big idea kinds of things: Career Academy, technology initiative. We were talking about infrastructure, dealing with infrastructure. We were predicting growth that we predicted too low, as it turns out. But so some of the same competing demands. But what was interesting was we were in tough financial times, and so we didn't have a lot of resources 6 years ago that we could put to any one initiative. We had to develop that. I like where we are today. I don't like the budget shortfall that we're about to experience, but I like the idea, as big ideas begin to develop from these 5 themes, we have the ability to take some time and really plan out thoroughly, so that as we think about what's the value that is going to represent an LPS high-quality education, it's not something that we're compelled to do because we're in crisis. We can do it from a position of strength, and we have time right now because we couldn't commit resources to a great idea today if we really wanted to, unless we were able to go inside our budget and shift those dollars. So a real parallel to where we were 6 years ago, but I think the timing is right, because now we can take this and elevate that conversation to a whole new level and take our time doing it. And taking our time means months, maybe a year, not a lot of time, because this is something I think we can sink our teeth into very aggressively once we have the definition.
Thank you, Dr. Joel. Okay, anything else? Dan, we're done.
That's all we got.
Okay.
Thank you.
We are adjourned. Thank you. Guys, thank you.